I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag.
What's up? You are now listening to FY Fly the podcast, and I'm your host, Hassan Thomas, along with Remy, and we are here to share tools on how millennials can budget, save, invest, and understand student debt and credit to achieve financial freedom. If you're a high school student, college student, or someone who's interested in gaining more financial insight, this podcast is for you.
I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna.
What's up, my FY Fly folks out there? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing all right. Welcome to the FY Fly podcast. My name is Hassan Thomas, aka the kid that did and the man that can, baby. And today, we're gonna be speaking with a very special guest. Cause man, I know y'all done heard of the kings of comedy. Well, we got the pleasure of speaking with the king of content, Mr. Dontell Antonio. Man, how you doing, boss? How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, king, and yourself. Like, I'm just, first of all, I'm gonna stop you. I just want to, tell you to keep doing your thing, because for you to have a platform, for you to be putting out and planting seeds into the community and to the people, that means a lot. So I want to just thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your platform.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. And that's why I always tell people about that value exchange. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I built this podcast, I'm able to come talk to people like you and able to come talk to people like Rashana Scott, like we were just talking about, and, get that real game from the people that's really out there doing it, man. So I appreciate you. And, man, we finna rock out, because really here at FY Fly, we really like to skip the fluff and get right into the good stuff, man. So like before COVID, a digital online presence was kind of optional, but now social media marketing and branding is mandatory. So for the FY Fly folks listening, like, why is it so important to have a strong social media presence?
Because let's think about it, where everybody congregated at, right? If everybody there and you not there, that means you missing out. And even before the pandemic, the people that actually was winning are the people who dominated the online space. So if people wasn't on the online space and they was just doing hand to hand or just straight brick to mortar, they actually wasn't doing as good as they could have been doing. They left so much money on the table. Like for me, I've been creating content for a decade. So I've been helping brands, businesses, artists, everything for over a decade. So what I'm telling you is like, some people, like when the pandemic hit, they had to get online. Like it was mandatory. And if you did it, you died. Like literally. Yeah.
Evolve or die, baby.
Yeah, but the people who got on prior to, they killed it. They was able to get 7, 8, 9 figures from online because they was already set up for it. And,
So do you feel like it's the scalability of online? What do you think is that makes it so important for these businesses, even like for small businesses? Why is it so important for us to really transition? Is it the scalability or like, what's your opinion?
I think it's reach, right? You're able to reach people for a cheaper amount of money, right? So let's see, like for me in Atlanta, for September, August, November, December, January, I spent $170,000 on, I got the biggest billboard on 75 right next to Grady Hospital. I was on all these buses. I was on all these bus stops, and I did that for my city. But I could have spent less online and been able to scale that even quicker and reach so many people in so many different states. So I tell people you can reach more with less online. And if you ever watched the movie Focus with Will Smith?
No, I haven't, but
I
need
to watch it. You need to watch it, right? Because you're able to really brainwash people online, because if they seeing your ad from over here, then they seeing you on this platform, that platform, then they come to your platform. Like you get to brainwash them easier to becoming a consumer of whatever it is that you offering.
Okay, so you sparking all these questions in my head, but I want to talk about this like platforms real quick. So as far as like platforms, whenever you're posting, so you do believe we need to post on all platforms?
No, I believe that you need to focus on a channel and dominate a channel, right? So, because what happens is,
elaborate on that.
Yeah, if you don't got the manpower to handle YouTube, to handle TikTok, to handle Facebook, to handle Instagram, you need to focus on the one that you resonate better with. So if you on Instagram, you need to dominate Instagram 100% first and get the money up so you can start paying people to start dominating the other platforms for you.
Okay, that makes sense. That's gonna help a lot of people right there already. And we 3 minutes in the interview, man.
Yeah, because you overwork yourself. Like, man, you be like, oh, I'm trying to learn this. And every one of them got different algorithms, different systems, different processes, different pieces of content, maybe the similar message, but different way that the format is. So you going to blow your mental trying to figure it out, and you ain't going to go as far as you could.
Okay, that makes sense. So we got the why, but really what about the how? Because I feel like a lot of people maybe still be shying away from making content, you know. So for the business owners out there, you know, give a couple people some tips on how to make effective content.
Impact, right? And I teach a style called impact content, right? Impactful, right? And impactful content is creating content that actually connects from a feeling, emotional standpoint instead of a logic standpoint, right? Because a lot of times people online, all they want to do is give the logic side of things, but logics don't make me buy. Feeling and emotions make me buy, right? So you must know your consumer so deep that when you speak, you emotionally have this connection to them that makes them feel like, wow, I need to go to that person over there. And if you're not doing that, you're going to always lose it, or you're going to always feel like you're selling, because we sell without selling.
Yeah. I like that. It was crazy. My mom has been telling me, like, since these maybe just at the beginning of this year, she's like, Hassan, once you really develop your emotional IQ, you're gonna be a monster.
Yeah.
She's like, you're gonna be a monster. But I was doing some research on you, though. Like I was telling you, I'll be scouting. I'll be doing my scouting reports, man. So I was looking at this video that you posted, and it was about it was at Steak and Shake where you work. Where was that at?
Yeah, Steak and Shake.
Okay. So Steak and Shake, I saw that you worked there 12 years ago, and then you went in there today or recently, and there was no workers in there besides the cooks. But there was no servers or no nothing. And that was crazy to me, bro.
It blew me away because literally Steak and Shake was my last job 12 years ago. Like, so I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 12 years now, right? And I left Steak and Shake because I didn't see myself growing, and I switched locations, right? So the first location I was at, I was on Northside Drive, so I was making $200 a day, and we're talking like 12 years ago, so I was happy with that. Then I went to Cobb Parkway, and I started making $30 a day, and I was just like, what the heck? One of my friends who got me the job got fired for eating a bowl of chili, and so when he got fired, I walked out with him. But the thing about it is, most people that worked at Steak and Shake been there for 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. So I could have still been there today if he didn't get fired then.
100%. And that's crazy to even think about, because, and why I wanted to bring it up, because like you said, 12 years ago was a totally different time. Yeah. And then relating that to social media, there wasn't social media influencers. Like, social media influencing wasn't a job. Like now it is a job. It is a title. It's an occupation. Yeah. So for our fly folks listening who want to come up, and now this is a real job, how can they get into the social media influencing lifestyle? Is it like niching down? Is it 100%. Lifestyle marketing? What's your thoughts on that?
I think the biggest thing is just do what you love, right? And making sure what you love, you can serve others. As long as you can serve others and you focus, right? Because a lot of people be trying to come in there and have 12 million businesses. That means you're talking to 12 million people. If you can talk to that one person, and then you're going to be able to keep doing that, and then next you know, you're going to look and you got a full congregation of that one person. And now you can grow and scale. But if you try to talk to so many, you talk to nobody. And literally just focus in, and don't think about being an influencer. Think about being a servant and serve people, because the influencer, it's cool, but it don't mean nothing. Like, you just got to influence, but your influence could be trash. But if you can serve people, then you will always be of something of value to people, regardless whatever you're doing, because it's somebody starting in that lane every single day. And so they're going to think about you as they get in that lane, and you'll start dominating that lane.
So can we talk about like how you found your specific lane? Because I heard you say, you know, we got a lot of young people trying out 1,000 different things. So I'm not sure if you did that when you left Steak and Shake, if you jumped right into the content game. Can you talk about like how you found your lane, and for the folks that are listening, how can they also, you know, find that lane as well?
I think for me, you know, I started at 13. So I've been doing content like full time since 13. I was a graphic designer at 13. And before that, I was an artist. So I was recording, engineering and stuff before that. So since 9.
That's that Atlanta around.
No, I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Music city too. So it makes it.
And so literally, while I was at Steak and Shake, I was creating graphic designs for artists, for business owners, for clubs. So I was making $100 a flyer and making $250 a logo. So when I left Steak and Shake, all I did was just put full time onto that.
Gotcha.
Right. And I tell people all the time, it's like, yo, I've been doing this for so long and I love what I'm doing because I've been doing it for so long. That's why when I was able to become successful from it, it was easy because I was naturally doing what I love and I was serving people as I do what I love.
Okay. So I have that. I know my listeners got the serving piece part, but I really want to get down to how we can help people find their passions. Like, Is it just going out and trying different things until you find one? Like, what do you think? What advice would you give to our listeners on that piece?
I think it's already in you, right? A lot of times it's already in you. You just overlooking it. And so what I tell people to do is sit down and really think about, create a list of the things that they love to do and then start marking it off. Because if I'm going to go back, I'm always going to talk about serving people, because if you don't serve people, you can't grow regardless. I don't care how talented you are, how gifted you are. If you don't serve others, you will not grow.
You ain't got no value.
You got no value, but you also got no purpose. Like you can have a passion, but you got to have purpose too. Right. So the purpose is what really keeps you going, especially when you're going through hard times, when you're going through peaks and valleys. That purpose keep you flamed up. Right. So when you got this list of things that you love to do, cross out the things that only benefit you. All right. And then you start starring the things that benefit others, and you can actually get paid to do this. And then what I like to do is think about that number one thing that's on that list that I can serve others in a big impactful way, and I can change my financial situation in a way, and I go for that first.
I like that. That's clear. So we have finding something that you're passionate about, finding something that, that comes easy, comes natural to you. And then from there, finding which piece serves others, which piece can help others and provide value to others. Because once you provide value, that impact comes with income. And now you rocking and rolling and you happy because, like you said, you're doing what you're born to do, basically.
Yes. And at the end of the day, I had to learn that, because at first when I was an artist, I was like, man, I couldn't afford a music video. I couldn't do none of that. And then I stopped. I said, well, let me actually get behind the camera so I can start helping people. And then when I got behind the camera, my life changed. You know what I'm saying? And literally because I was able to serve, and then I was able to receive as I serve. And so that's why you hear me say serve a lot, even because I'm serving every day. And the more people I can serve, the bigger we can grow.
100%. 100%. And let's stay on the topic of helping these solo entrepreneurs, these small business owners. I saw that you said on your Instagram, our small business, we need to start marketing like the big companies. So can you elaborate on that and like why we should start taking it in that direction? Yeah,
I think the biggest thing is, if nobody know you exist, they don't know you exist. Right. 100%. So we be like, yo, I'm dope. I'm super dope. And I deserve this. Nah, you might deserve it, but the people who think that you might deserve it don't even know that you're there. And so if you want to scale quickly, and not like, organic everything and little by little everything, where, because it's other people in your lane, and them other people that's in your lane, they're going to dominate quicker than you because they spend more money than you to get seen by the people who need them. And you're not. You're like, hey, let me just do only word of mouth, or let me stay local. Your vision ain't big enough. And so literally once you start realizing that you have to spend buku money on marketing, or your vision going to get better, your price points is going to get better, because you got to be able to afford this marketing service. And if you can't afford marketing service right now, that means you price too low.
Yo, are you ready to hit your next level? Do you want to increase your drive, destiny, and dollars? Well, if so, check out my new book, From College to COVID, 24 Lessons Learned During the Lockdown, where I've compiled 5 of the biggest lessons I learned going from college to COVID to starting my financial literacy empire, FY plus 19 lessons from your favorite entrepreneurs, entertainers, and athletes that have been featured on our show. There's literally something for everyone. So purchase your copy today at fyfly.com/From College to COVID. Let's go. So I wanted to ask you about marketing and ad spend. For these small businesses, how much do you think we should be spending on ad spend?
How much ever it costs to, to get a client. How much do it cost for you to get a client in the door? If it costs you XYZ, then you need to spend XYZ, but you will be the only one to know, because my client acquisition might be different from your client acquisition. So since we know who we talking to, we spend less because we already know who they are, where they congregate, where they hang, and how we can infiltrate that. You might not know, so you spending more money. You going wild, wild west spending because you don't even know who you talking to. That's why I told you to find that one person that loves your service the most, that needs your service the most, because if you find that one person, you will know where they hanging out at. And so your ad spend and everything becomes less.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds, just from listening, it sounds like we need a fundamental is to make sure that we know our customer, know the ins and out of our customer, know the customer's pain points. So that's
it's
you. That's
even
what
deeper than that, right? Like most people be like, yo, I know my customer demographics and all of that. That's cool. Like you gotta know your customer. I'm talking about know them, everything about them, like
how they thinking,
like everything, like what drives them, what they've been through, what type of situations that you can connect to them on a different level. Because majority of people are talking to them on that shallow level, and if you can understand them deeply, you will connect to them on a level that nobody else ever was able to connect with them because they didn't take the time to go that deep.
Now you got a customer for life.
But all my customers are for life. Because my system, impactful content, allow us to figure out how to do that.
I love it.
And so that's why our content resonate different than everybody else's, because we don't create content for likes and views. We create content for sales, but we not selling in our content. Our content itself is the sale.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. So, man, it sounds like, and I already know you want to go probably every single day, man. So with your schedule and everything you're doing, with all the people that you're serving and impacting, what are some things that you do to keep yourself from burning out?
Well, I got 32 employees.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
My team handles a lot of things. And the biggest thing is I just understand my purpose, and I don't have to burn myself out like I used to when I was a one-man army. So I literally have a lot of free time to strategize, to get education. So I'm actually always studying, paying for high-level mentorships, doing crazy collaboratives, learning, and spending so much time with my family. You know what I'm saying? So my time is spent learning.
Okay. What was that tipping point for you being a one-man band to now rocking and rolling with automating and delegating to different employees and hiring people? Where was that tipping point? Was that like year? Because you said you've been making over a decade. So, yeah. So where was that tipping point?
I think the last couple years. Because I kept I hit my first million in 2017. And then I wanted to keep going. And I was like, well, I did that by myself. And what would I do if I was, I thought I was irreplaceable, right? And then that moment I realized I was replaceable and that I could find people on my team to do the things I didn't like to do so much. And then I hired one person, and I tell people this all the time is, sometimes they be like, financially, I can't afford to hire a person, but I tell them to use their credit card to hire that person for the first year, that next person that they need on their team. Take your credit card, swipe for their salary for the first 6 months or for the first year, so you can get started and start scaling. Because once you get a taste of that first person, then guess what happens? You're going to start building everything that needs somebody. Because I was leaving too much money on the table. We was only focused on content. Now we focused on full systems. So when they come in, they don't just get content, they get their full brand built, they get all their automations, they get all of their ideas, all of their strategies, all social media, everything dealing with online we do for them. Right. Okay. But before then, I was only thinking about the content. Now we think about what they need before the content and what they need after the content. Okay. And so we was able, now we hit 7 figures yearly with no problem. Right. Because I was able to hire for the things that I was leaving money on the table for.
So if you could go back, like what I want to get is, how can we avoid the 10 years of the one-man band? Or does it have to be like that?
No, it don't.
We hit a certain spot?
No, I just told you what to do. I just told you exactly what to do.
So we can do the credit card method right now and,
yes,
and
right
get the rocking and rolling?
Because if you do it right now, you're going to save 10 years.
Makes sense.
You feel me? Like,
makes sense.
Like
yeah.
I could have did everything that I did in the first 10. I could have did it in the first 2. Now we moving so much quicker because I got more. Like I got an employee for each one of those platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Like even you wasn't. I'm gonna be honest. You wasn't talking to me.
I kind of got that.
You wasn't talking to me.
Yeah.
I came in because I didn't see the email, so I came in yesterday.
Gotcha. And we've been talking for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you was talking to my team.
I thought. Yeah.
But I'm just honest. Yeah. I don't got time to sit on Instagram all day. I don't got time to sit on TikTok all day. YouTube, I don't got time. I'm educating myself, so I got employees to run that.
Makes sense.
You know?
Makes sense. So one word, another word that comes a lot on your page is confidence. Okay. So my question is to you, do you think it's possible to build confidence, or does somebody have to be born with it? Like, how do you think?
Confidence is built.
Okay, talk to us.
Self-image is built, right? So self-image is what confidence comes from. But if you got a poor self-image of yourself and that's how you see yourself, you will never have strong confidence. And so what we do is come in and we actually rebuild your whole self-image, because sometimes you let things from your past hinder your future. Right? Because somebody might have bullied you as a kid or told you weren't good enough, and you still live with that today. So we come in and we rebuild that, we erase that, and we show you who you are today, so you can really become that person today, and that confidence is become built. So literally you build confidence, but you got to understand who you are and what your purpose is, what your passion is, what you're doing it for, how you doing it, all of this thing, so you can know that you're handsome, so you can know that you're beautiful, so you can know that you can achieve every goal that you set for yourself. But you got to start with your self-image, and that's how you look at yourself. No cap.
And I also feel like direction plays a big piece into that. Understanding and knowing your direction. Because once you know that direction, then you can get active. And I feel like action is what breeds that confidence.
Yeah, action, 100%. And then small accomplishments, small wins, like taking everything. Like sometimes people want to only celebrate big accomplishments, but if you celebrate those small ones, that's going to build your confidence up every single day. So even if you learned something today, try something today, even if you woke up today, that's a confidence builder. If you went outside and tried something new, try new things, because that's what builds your confidence. When you do the old things and you get content with the old things, it's hard for you to grow and become that new person.
100%. And I always like to say, man, we over here, we like to celebrate the first downs and the touchdowns, man.
You feel me?
So because like I said, we do got the king of content on here, man. So I want to know, like, what are some of the biggest social media mistakes that you've seen so far?
Not using social media. Oh, that's the biggest one. Like, it's like people scared and they think they don't need it, but you need it. Like if everybody got their phones out and they on this thing all day, they glued to it. They not watching cable no more. They not watching nothing. They watching everything on this device, and you not on this device in front of them. You missing out on yourself.
Facts.
Like it don't cost to be on social media. It's free. So since it's free, everybody else is there. So you need to be there, and you need to keep your hands up. Hey, I do XYZ, and this is how I make a transformation. Stay loud, because it don't matter how good you are in your lane. It matter how loud you are. If you louder, you could be the terriblest one, but if you the loudest one, they gonna come to you anyway.
Man, this whole episode full of gems, man. Man, I got one more question for you, dog. And I usually like to ask this question. I'm gonna read you 2 quotes, and I need you to tell me which quote is more accurate in your opinion. All right, bet. So the first question is, more money, more problems, like Biggie. And the second question is, money can't buy happiness. Which one do you think is more accurate in your opinion?
More money, more problems, or money can't buy happiness. They both good. I think I got a rebuttal for both, but
talk to us. All
right, more money, more problems. I think depending on what you're talking about, because every level you're gonna have problems. Every level you get, even if you had no money, right? So just by you going to the next level, every level, right? So and then money can't buy happiness. It depends on how you use the money. right? And if you're using money just for the happiness, then you already gonna be sour, because money is not what brings the happiness. You and achieving your goals or doing whatever it is that you passionately love to do is what's gonna bring the happiness. That's why so many people be rich and off they self. Because that happiness wasn't for the money. It's because they thought the money was supposed to replace and give you the happiness, but that's not what gives you the happiness. It's whatever you beliefs and your values is what give you the happiness. Because I know people that got no money and happier than people that got tons of money.
All
right,
living in a passion.
It's the passion. So it's you. It's what you resonate with. Money don't make me happy. You know what I'm saying? What makes me happy is being able to break generational curses and help other people break generational curses. So when I look at my kids and I look at my wife and I look at my family, I'm like, that's what makes me happy. They don't have to go through what I went through. That's what makes me happy. Sense. Money is just a tool that we use to keep growing.
That's what I was looking for. Money just that tool, man, to take care of your family, to run your business, to do everything to follow your passions, man. It's just that tool. So I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I love it, man. So thank you so much for coming on the FY Fly podcast. Man, if you got any final gems for them, go ahead and drop it on them and let them know where they can catch you.
Man, I just want you guys to just keep chasing y'all dreams. It's going to get hard regardless. Don't give up. If you stay consistent, you will win. Do not get distracted by social media and the people you seeing that's living all of this crazy lifestyle. Live your life your way and last long, because a lot of them, we going to forget about them. But if you stay consistent and stay on your path, we will never forget about you. And serve others. The more you serve, the more you grow. Right. And you can follow me on all platforms at Dontell Antonio. And literally what I want you to do is I want you to join my challenge. Right. And I got a challenge where I teach you how to create impactful content. And so all you have to do is go to impactful content. CreateImpactfulContent.com. CreateImpactfulContent.com. So you can literally join my challenge. It's a 5-day challenge, and we're going to teach you how to create impactful content. I'm gonna get him a link, and it's gonna be under here, and literally we're gonna go in.
Big facts, man. But you done said something that got my head going up again, man.
I'm with it. Let's go.
Longevity.
That's it.
Can we talk about longevity real quick before we jump off here, man? I've been thinking about longevity, but literally just this last week, I've been, thinking about from my folks in high school, and I'm just literally just seeing people just falling off, boom, 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 and I'm like, dang, my partner or bro or sis, they was turned for that 1 year. They was going super hard, but then the next year they not there. So can you talk about like how important it is to like kind of like create those systems so you can have longevity?
Yeah. And I think it resonates with me because I've been doing this consistently for 12 years, so they can tell you understand longevity, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't fall off at all, not one time. And literally, I think the biggest thing is, I'm going to go back to it, serve others. The more people you put in positions, the longer you will last. If you go back to think about your rappers, and all of the rappers that are the biggest rappers still to this day put other people in positions. The rappers that did not put other people in positions, they are not in position.
Oh my goodness.
Right? So think about this. It's not a race. Like, I'm not in a race with nobody. If you're popular, you can have that. But I'd rather sit there and congregate, get the group of people together, and I'd rather really build and instill into those people and watch them blossom. The popular person is too much trying to get all the attention on them that they don't put none on nobody else, and they don't water nobody else's grass. So when they grass start becoming dry, nobody is there to water their grass.
Hey, you the best, bro. you the GOAT, bro. You the GOAT. This the best interview I ever had, bro.
I appreciate it.
Man, the energy, the passion, all of it's there, bro. Like this is hard, bro. And even when you say, and I thought about it, Drake. Drake putting on Migos, The Weeknd, putting them folks on.
Go back
Gucci
to
Mane.
put on Drake.
Wayne, come on now. Gucci putting on Future, Chief Keef, all them. So it makes sense, that those people are still Yo Gotti. Yeah. Yo Gotti. If Yo Gotti ain't put all them Moneybagg and Black Youngster, if he put them on, Yo Gotti would not be as big as he is today.
That's why you gotta serve. That's why my biggest message, you gotta serve. You gotta release your ego, you gotta release your pride, and you gotta help others. If you egoless and prideless, you will be successful forever. Because you don't, it's you okay with sharing the torch. Most people that don't succeed, they not okay with sharing the torch. Like everybody, they can tell you from day one, are always invested into people. I always help people. So when I naturally do what I am today, it's easy for me because I've been doing it my whole life. I didn't just start because I got to a place. I started when I was nowhere.
Okay. Yeah, man. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the word, because a lot of people, a lot of high schools, colleges, and people around my age range, we got a negative connotation with the word study.
Yeah.
So I want to get your opinion, get your thoughts on why it's so important to study your specific business niche or study your specific competition. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I think the biggest thing is the word study. They got the high school mentality and the college mentality of study this stuff that's pointless, right? Like, and so now they run away from the word study because the first thing coming to their mind is this pointless stuff that they've been studying all this time for no reason. But what I want you to realize is you're going to have to keep educating yourself forever to the day that you die. So if the word study is what's hindering you, you need to change that word with something else that's more impactful to you. So when we say study, no, you need to create a framework, a blueprint, so you can get deeper to your audience. But you got to read more. You got to go deeper. You got to realize, understand who originate what it is that you're trying to teach. Because if you understand the backstory, you can create the front story. But you can't do that if you don't know the story.
Hey, this man is a monster. This man is a monster. I'm telling you. I agree with you 100% because I feel like, especially after graduating high school, after graduating college, we not forced to sit down for 8 hours and study or learn.
Yeah.
So after you graduate, being able to self-improve or find those different lanes that can boost you and add value to your life is critical.
All the successful people in the world study nonstop because there's so much stuff out here that we don't even know exists and that we're not even prompt to yet that we need to know so we can grow and scale. But what I want you to realize is, you're not going to burn yourself out doing what you love to do if you're going to keep educating, because that excitement to learning something new in your field is something different. Like every time I learn something new in my field, I get obsessed with it and I don't stop because the obsession is what keeps me going. And the more I learn, the more people I can help.
And then what I can already tell about you is you implement right after you learn.
Instantly.
You apply.
Instantly.
Not even after, instantly.
Implementation is everything, right? I think Brian Tracy said this, right? You can think about knowledge and think about a bucket, right? It's a bucket with a hole at the bottom and you getting all this knowledge and the knowledge is water. Right. And so if you just let it sit there, guess what happens? It starts seeking out the bottom. And if you don't use the knowledge, because people say knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. The use of knowledge is power. So you must use the knowledge in order to allow it to grow and scale within you, because it's a seed in you that got to grow. But if you're not watering it with the knowledge and applying it, because literally applying the knowledge is what builds the confidence. Right. So you ask, is confidence like something you grow? No, you build that. But you build it, the more knowledge you take in, the more implementation you take in, the more disciplined you are. That's what makes you confident about what you do.
That makes sense. That makes sense, man. Like I said, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. You killed it today. This is easily one of the hardest episodes ever on FY Fly, man. You definitely did your thing, so thank you again.
Man, I appreciate you, King, and don't stop, because it's platforms like yours that is serving others, right? You got it. So now just keep going, keep taking it to the next level. Don't get discouraged. When times get hard, it's going to get hard, but it's getting hard so it can challenge you to reinvent yourself. Keep reinventing yourself. I think that's the biggest thing I had to learn is it's okay to reinvent myself so I don't become a dinosaur in this. So I reinvent myself every 6 months. Like, and when I say reinvent myself, I'm not saying become a whole nother person. I'm understanding who I am and how to see the trends before they come.
That's that Gary Vee, man. That man Gary Vee be on that for sure.
Like, but it's everybody. Like, like you see it. Like, I don't even know about all what they see. You see it, but what happens is we be trying to wait till we see somebody else implement it instead of us trying to be the one to implement it first. I always try to implement it. Let me go. I'm gonna try. If I fall, I fall.
But you further than you was when you started. You know what I'm saying? So you fall
baby
up
steps.
Here. Yeah, you fall up here and then get another attempt, and now you closer to where you need to be instead of starting from right there.
Because I understand baby steps. I'm not in a race with nobody. Like, so if I see somebody winning today, okay, cool, man. I'm a congratulate you. I am okay with being a cheerleader and telling you to keep going and keep doing your thing. That is not going to take nothing away from me. That's going to let you go even harder, right? Because the little
100%.
fish always become the big fish.
100%, man. 100%. So like I said, thank you so much, man. Thank y'all for listening to one of the best episodes on FY Fly. We're going to need everyone to stay safe, stay invested, and stay FY Fly. We'll see y'all next FinLit Friday.
Hold it, little buddy.
Thank you all for listening to FY Fly, the podcast, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in next week for more financial literacy insights with our special guest. Please visit our website, social media platforms, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at FYI Fly Podcast. That's FYI FLI Podcast. See y'all next week and stay fly.